Do you want to buy a small business in the next year? Here are the top 5 terms you'll need to know. SDE stands for Seller's Discretionary Earnings, and it's one of the most common metrics used to measure the cash flow of a small business. It's calculated by taking the net income and then adding back in certain expenses like interest, taxes, non-cash expenditures, one-time spending, discretionary spending, and the owner's salary. SDE is a more useful metric to use when you're comparing the financials of 2 businesses over using the net income. Most small businesses are sold at a multiple of a base number, most commonly the seller's discretionary earnings. Many small businesses are sold at 3 to 5 times the SDE. So that means if you've got a small business owner with an SDE of $500,000 a year and they're selling their business at a 4x, that means they're selling their business for $2 million. A seller note is a type of financing that you can use either independently or in combination with other types of financing. Essentially, the seller acts as your lender and you make monthly debt payments to them. Seller notes are very commonly used in combination with an SBA loan. So let's say, for example, you've got a total project cost of $1 million. You get an SBA loan for 90% or $900,000. You as the borrower bring a 5% cash injection or $50,000, and then you get a seller note for 5% or $50,000 to round out your SBA deal. A cash injection, also called an equity injection, refers to the amount of money you as a borrower need to bring to the table as part of your SBA deal, typically 10% of the total project cost. So let's say your total project cost is $1 million. You get an SBA loan for 90% or $900,000. You need to bring $100,000 or 10% to the table. That 10% can come in the form of cash directly from you as the borrower. It can come in the form of a seller note or a combination of seller note and cash. DSCR stands for Debt Service Coverage Ratio, and this is a very important number in the SBA world. The DSCR is calculated by taking your total annual cash flow and dividing it by the total annual expected loan payment. Then you arrive at your DSCR number. So let's say, for example, your total annual cash flow is $500,000 and your total annual SBA loan is going to be $250,000. You would end up with a DSCR of 2.0, which is a fantastic debt service coverage ratio. SBA lenders are typically looking for a minimum of a 1.2 DSCR, and they typically want to see that DSCR for the past 3 to 4 years. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Be sure to leave me your questions in the comments below. And if you're finding this content useful, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Check out the show notes for links to get in touch with me and discuss your business acquisition deal.